What's next on the signal tracer scene? Hi, good evening, YouTube. Here with you on a Tuesday evening. Apparently this is primary election day in Indiana. Did he realize that? We found out this morning when Lexi was going to check for a job or something. I can't remember, but it was the government office, I guess, and it was closed because of the election. That's when I figured that out. What I'm here this evening for is, well, I didn't even tell you what time it was, did I? 7:37 now. What I have decided to do, and I have redesigned the PTR signal tracer of the board. I've made it into a 2-board setup. Hopefully that will fit in this case that I'm buying. Actually, this is one of Bob and I's things that we're trying out for our little project. I'm going to flash a picture of it. It looks to me a lot like a type of intercom or something of that nature. Has a speaker and it looks like a place for a microphone. This comes with a speaker, so I also found some that didn't have the speaker, and I've ordered 2 of those as well. So, you know, like I said, there's the picture of it. You can see what it looks like. And this is, to me, not going to be big enough, or not going to be have enough room to have a traditional circuit board like this. You know, it's not going to have, you know, that room in there for that. So what I'm going to try to do is on each side, the lower side there, I think there's about 1 inch. I think I'm close to 1 inch or whatever, that we can mount 2 boards in there. 2 long, slender type boards like that. And that's what I'm going to do. That's why I redesigned it. Now here's what it looks like now. Here's the audio section. You can see the mainly consists of the LM380 in chip and some, you know, odds and end components that go with it. There's the input for the 9 volts and the speaker output. So that's basically what's on that. And the other section is called the input section, and it consists of the transistor and the switch wiring. Now the other one has the main power switch, but this has the RF-AF switch. So you can see that's what that one's going to be looking like. So like I said, I think the only thing it'll have is basically a power wire and a ground wire running from one board to the other, and the wiper itself, which is mounted on the case, will go one wire from the wiper, the middle lug of the volume control, will go to the audio section, and the other 2 will go to the input section. So that's basically how it's going to be laid out. Now it's going to have the wiper section is going to have a shielded wire going from the input or the wiper to the and I probably will do the same with the high side, going, you know, to the volume control. So, you know, we're trying to cut down on the hum as much as possible. I don't think the board leads, as short as they're going to be, I don't think they're going to be a problem. So, you know, of course, again, we'll be using, now this time instead of the BNC, I think we're going to use the RCA type connector and see how that works. I'm sure those are cheaper than the BNCs if we, you know, decide to build this thing. So that's what I'm doing, and for fun, let's see, I am going to put one in this one here. I think I mentioned these before. These are little creative passive speakers. There's nothing in there but the speaker and the wire, And I think that's what I'm going to do, is put one of them in here and build my prototype in here and go from there. So yes, that's another speaker or signal tracer built. I hope you're keeping count. But I think that would be a good place to put it, and you know, try it out. It's a lot more compact than than this one is, and you know, I think also you know, it's got its own grill obviously, so I don't have to worry about that. But also I'm looking at doing some other stuff to this one as well. I did a whole part of the vlog the other night when I was doing the vlog on this, and I thought, well, that really don't fit with the radio, so I cut it out. But basically what I'm going to do with this is use it and find out if I can tell where the short is, or the loose connection, or whatever it is that's causing that interruption in the signal. And basically, you know, I got to thinking about it. It could even be a whisker on the volume control. I mean, you know, you guys know what whiskers are, so that could be one of the problems. It could have something like that. The cleaning of the volume control is probably in order for that, to test for that. But I am going to be playing around with that and see if I can determine what is wrong with it. That one, other than a little bit of excessive hum, I mean, it's not got any shielded wires inside. It's all straight wiring, and the only shielded wire is the one coming in from the probe. So you know, and that you've seen how much that cut back on the hum. So I'm sure if we did some more work on the inside of it and added a shielded wire going from the input for the probe, the B and C connector, to the input on the board, I think that would probably cut down on a lot. Maybe even the, you know, from the wiper of the volume control into the audio section or whatever. All that, you know, would you know, basically do the same thing. But I thought, instead of tearing that all apart and doing it again, just go ahead and redo another prototype. I mean, that's what we're doing, is prototyping. And I've got plenty of these speakers to do it with, so until the other ones arrive from China, which you know how long that takes, this is what we're going to work on. But I thought those little speaker boxes, the little intercom boxes or whatever they're called, would make a nice one if it could be done with one of those. And probably not as good as, I probably wouldn't like it as good as the white one I just did. That one's, to me, the perfect size, and it would work good, you know, I think. And, you know, I'm thinking maybe this one will too, but you never know. We'll have to find out. The Aussie signal tracer, I still haven't gotten, you know, any more done on it. I'm kind of hesitant about working with the, what is that stuff? Epoxy. I'm just not great with working with epoxy, and I need to do that though, and get that done, and get those where, you know, you can use the screws to hold them apart. Really, that's the only thing that needs to be done, except for changing it around with a volume control, and I don't have that ordered yet, so I need to do that. And so anywho, that's what we're doing with it. I think this one's actually going to be a good one. I really do. Time I do the Bob mods, so you know, that will be a good one, I do believe. So anywho, that's what's going on in my world this evening. Besides Lexi, I took her for a job interview today, and she did in fact get the job at Goodwill. So she's going to be a sales associate at Goodwill here in town. So she starts that at Thursday. So she's happy about that, and so that will be good. And like I said, I really couldn't think of anything else I wanted to make a video of today. And so I thought, well, you know, I'll do this, and that would be, you know, the radio. I haven't really done a lot with it. I found a couple of forums that they were talking about this radio. One was the Lotus forum, Lotus Cars, and I tried to interject my thoughts on it, because apparently I had gotten farther than most of them with it. And so I haven't gotten an answer on that. In fact, I haven't got a reply at all. You're supposed to register on the website, on the forum or whatever, and I haven't heard anything back from that. So there has been a guy that's replied here that also has this on my last video on the demo from the car, and so you know, he's got some ideas, and so like I say, we're still working on it. I don't think there's any. I don't think I'm missing a wire. I've looked at that video from what I did. There's 12 connectors on that plug that goes into the radio, and every one of those wires are accounted for. So there's no wires missing. Nothing fell off, and there is just no illumination wire on that harness. Period. And so he was talking about he had orange wire left over too, and I think he was talking about on the car side. I don't think he was talking about on the radio side, because there is none. I mean, it's just there's no place for it. The connector's full. So anyway, that's that, and so I guess what I'm gonna get off here, and I gotta get my little files together that for the to show you the traces and things like that. And I wanted to see exactly how big that was gonna be, because I'm curious. Mainly, I tried my best, and I couldn't do this if I stood all the resistors up vertically. I could probably do this no problem, but I was trying to see how thin or thick or whatever you want to call it this thing was going to be. I think 9 is what it came out to be. Basically, one less than the white line here. So right up in here, that's how thick or thin, and it's just this top section. So that should be, I think, fit in that intercom type case that we're going to be getting, and I'm hoping that will be the case. And so I am going to build this, like I said. I'm going to put it together and see exactly how much room I save, see if the hum is less, and you know, everything involved. I have enough chips. In other words, I have one more chip left, and I have enough components to make one more of these. And I think I'm going to go ahead and order some more, because I'm obviously going to be fiddling around with this stuff. And I like this design probably the best of any. And so, you know, that's what I'm doing. And just I'm going to be like Don was, probably. I will give away my prototypes and at some point. And you know, like him, I want ones that's going to be working. I don't want to give away something that doesn't work. So that's something we can look forward to, I guess. And so, all right, that's going to do me. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. 7:49 now in the evening, and I do appreciate you guys watching me and the channel. We are past 700 now on subscribers, and I want to thank each and every one of you for that. You guys are responsible for that, and I do appreciate it. And so that's about all I got to say tonight. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.